It's 10 minutes before 8 o'clock here on Morning Live. Now, our South African Minister of Environmental Affairs, Dr. Edna Molewa, and the Minister of Environment and Fisheries of the Republic of Chad, Dr. Ahmat Mbodou Mahamat, will today relocate 6 black rhino from South Africa to Chad as part of an initiative to reintroduce a rhino to the African country. The ministers from both countries have signed a memorandum which allows for the translocation of the rhino from South Africa to Chad as part of an initiative to reintroduce rhino to various parts of the continent. The rhino are being translocated from a game reserve in Port Elizabeth to the Zakouma National Park that has experienced a dramatic decrease in poaching since 2010. The last black rhino in Chad was noted in 1972 in Zakouma. But for more on this, let us now cross live to our reporter Jayed-leigh Paulse, who's covering this story for us. Jayed, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Palesa. Indeed, it is quite an exciting day for Port Elizabeth, but also Sandparks, and I suppose for South Africa as a whole. As you know, they're going to be transporting those 6 rhinos to Chad today, and if my camera lady can just show you, they're actually busy with the first rhino at the moment, putting it in the boma. There are several environmentalists, conservationists, as well as veterinarians on site, ensuring that the animals are not in distress, ensuring that they are going to be darted correctly and placed in these bomas to be located to Chad, where they will be carrying out the rest of their day. So indeed, it is an exciting, very exciting day here. And I can tell you that it was pouring with rain earlier on, but I think Mama Africa is happy because now it's clear skies and all things are set to go. But to tell us more about the rhinos and where they're going to be located, like you said, at Zakouma National Park in Chad, I do have with me the large mammal ecology person here at Addo National Elephant Park, Mr. Sam Ferreira, and he's going to be discussing the process with us. Good morning, Mr. Ferreira. Very exciting day. I can see everyone is smiling, but can you take us through the process and why is it really important for us to have this memorandum signed by the ministers to ensure that the rhinos are, dispersed through the African country?
Thank you. Good morning, Jade. And yes, it is indeed a very lovely morning, and we're excited about what's happening here. South Africa has got a very long history of successfully conserving rhinos, and that in itself has created a great deal of opportunities. Much of that is based on the good biological management that we have done in South Africa. Remember, we started from about 50-odd white rhinos, and we have now 18,000 white rhinos in South Africa and about 2,000 black rhinos. That amount of rhinos allow us to participate and assist Africa in recovering some of the rhinos in the other range states. And Chad is one of the latest ones that we have a memorandum with the Chad government in assisting with reintroducing rhinos into Chad. And these are the first 6 rhinos that are going over there now. So we're quite excited about being able to participate in this continent-wide initiative in terms of recovering rhinos. And the other aspect is obviously with South Africa recovering rhinos the way we have, and with Sandparks playing a key role in the later parts of those sort of things, together with the KZN guys. We have got quite a lot of expertise to share in terms of assisting with the recovery of rhinos in localities where they previously existed and became locally extinct as a result of things like poaching.
Okay, now Chad had their last rhino in 1972. That's quite a while back. And one can look at it that you're actually trying to revive the population in other African, countries. Chad is one of them. Are there any other African countries that they're going to try and, improve the population of the rhinos, black rhinos and white rhinos alike?
Yes, look, there is an African or a continent-wide initiative to expand rhinos and reintroduce them into existing or their historical ranges. We have already done some things like that into Zambia and into Botswana, both in black and white rhinos. And if you just think about the recent events with the northern white rhino, where the last male passed away, these kind of initiatives that we're talking about here now are really investments for the future. And I think it creates a great deal of opportunities in cooperating across the continent. We've always said that the day that Africa unites in the conservation issues, we're going to be doing very well. And this is the kind of initiatives that works towards that.
South Africa has 80% of the world's population of rhinos. Has there been a decrease in the last 10 years with regards to poaching?
Our current rhino population, both our white rhino population and our black rhino population, are stable based on the African Rhino Specialist Group's latest information. We have about 18,000 whites and about 2,000 black, as I said before. And in both cases, we recovered those from virtually nothing. Just from a global perspective, those whites are 90% of the world's white rhinos, and the blacks are 35% of the world's white rhinos. The bottom line is that if you get rhinos right in South Africa, you're going to get it right for rhinos, but it gives you opportunities to really contribute to the expansion of rhinos back into the historical ranges.
Okay, and Mr. Ferreira, obviously they're still busy with the first rhino. Can you tell us how many bulls and how many cows will be,
So typically, if you want to recover populations, you want to give the opportunity for those populations to grow as fast as possible when they get there. But there are some technical challenges. So I can't just go and collect any rhino out there. For instance, if there is a rhino cow that has got a small calf, that's not suitable to translocate. So what we have got here is 4 relatively young cows. They're between 3 to 5 years old. And then we've got 2 additional bulls, one relatively old bull and one relatively young bull. And from our previous experience, these kind of makeups of a population actually greatly assist in getting those cows to be pregnant as soon as possible and produce babies. That's the basis of population recovery.
Thank you, Mr. Ferreira.
Thank you.
That was Sam Ferreira, the large mammal oncologist here at South African National Park, that's Sand Parks, telling us about the relocation of 6 rhinos that will be from Port Elizabeth all the way to Chad. Let's go to an ad break.